It's on! It's on, Jeremiah.
It's on. It's on. Okay, today we're going to be walking through Rainforest Cafe, a wild place to shop and eat.
I think we can do better than that.
Okay, how about Disney's Animal Kingdom?
Great. So we are here for our Park Walk and Talk today. We are coming live from Disney's Animal Kingdom in beautiful somewhere, Florida. Is this still Lake Buena Vista when you're on Osceola County?
I don't know what the actual property is called out this way.
From Florida. So Jeremiah is outside the park, and we're going to experience entering the park, walking around. As always, we do this live for one reason and one reason only, and that is so you can be a part of it. So please, if you have any questions, comments, or requests of Jeremiah, things you'd like to see, things you'd like to see him do, silly things you'd like to see him perform, just put them in the comments. We'll put them on the screen, and Jeremiah will do your bidding. So let's go, Jeremiah.
I thought we'd do this live so we don't have to edit.
Okay, fine. We do it for two reasons.
Okay, I'm going to go through this one right here. Hello there. Yay!
That's a magic band?
It's the puck holder. These
Oh,
came
Puck
out
from Antarctica and SeaWorld.
I knew you were going to say that. Okay, this is a rarity. Good morning, Cindy.
Happy Monday, Cindy.
We don't usually start at the entrance of the parks, so today we're going to get the full experience.
How's the weather today, Jeremiah?
I was just going to say that before you could ask me. It's pretty nice out so far. The clouds have been coming and going. Here's one of our spoonbills.
Oh, how adorable. I was going to say follow him around, but he doesn't go anywhere.
I'll sit here and follow him around for a
while.
It's actually pretty nice. The breeze was kicking in a little bit before we started the show. Now, as soon as I walked into the park, as is the norm with Disney's Animal Kingdom, temperature jumped about 30 degrees and it's stale air. At some point, we need to ask Joe Rohde how he designed this to be the hottest park on property.
That was the intent, right?
I think so.
And he definitely succeeded at that.
You know, it's the closest park to Blizzard Beach, so you have the coolest and the hottest right in a couple of blocks.
How the crowd? Well, you just got in here. I guess we're seeing the crowds at the same time you are.
Yep.
Make sure you go across the bridge. That is the only way to go into Animal Kingdom.
I've actually not gone across the bridge in so long.
Every single time I go to Animal Kingdom, if I'm on this side at least, obviously, I go across the bridge. Even the other side, I'll cross over.
Well,
this is, to me, the way to do it. So skip the bridge. Wow. That wasn't on the guide of what's going to be open during these times.
I know, that should have been on my Disney experience.
But I can't be the only one who feels that's the proper way to enter the park.
So I will give everybody a heads up. There was a storm, or at least rain, predicted in my near future. So if at some point you start hearing, I put up my umbrella to protect them. Look, ducks.
So some of those are Animal Kingdom animals, and some of those are just ducks enjoying the water. Am I correct?
Correct. And then I brought the swans from home.
Remember when you used to be able to ride those in Magic Kingdom?
No, do you?
It was before my time, but I've seen pictures of people riding little swans around. It was cute.
No, that is one of the attractions that I don't know why I wish I could redo it, because it was literally just a boat ride around the moat, but it always seems so cool.
Yeah, that's why they did the Discovery boats here, and then they learned better.
Yeah. Let's have a boat ride that people wait 3 hours for to take you from one side of an island to another.
Another thing you can ask Joe Rody about if you get the chance.
That one, they were just, they needed an attraction. It's a beautiful way to see the island, and it just didn't work out the way they wanted it to.
Do you remember that one?
I was here in October of '98, and I remember seeing the lines. I did not wait for it. I know that's kind of sacrilegious, but I can remember seeing the lines, for the boat dock that we just walked past. Those lines would be out here in front of the store. And at that point, it was from one stop to the other. It wasn't even a full round trip.
You know what's sad is since the lines were so long and you weren't willing to ride, you weren't willing to wait. It would have been nice if they had some kind of a virtual system where you could come in the morning and get your time, and then come back
but
later.
Then people walk right past Mickey Mouse and.
If you want to see a bunch of people making fun of Tony, watch yesterday's edition of Dig a Little Deeper on Rise of the Resistance. It was memorable.
Hey, are you looking to trade?
Is that how pin trading works now?
Yeah, it is. Okay. There is the board.
I'm glad they kept it, even though they completely changed it. They obviously could have dispensed it completely. Gideon agrees it was. Speaking of Dig a Little Deeper.
But I did ride the Discovery River boats. That must have been 99. After they turned off all the cool stuff, there was no more fire coming out of the cave. I think they'd already pulled the animatronic Aladar from Dinosaur Land or Dino Land USA. And it was just plain Mark and Zippy telling me about animals.
That's right. The one thing I wish I could have seen, I saw it from the bridge, but did you get to see it? The dragon breathing fire out of the cave?
I think I saw it once. I don't really remember because at one point I was obsessed with everything on the river. Like to the point where I tracked down what happened to the Aladar animatronic that was out on the river. But I don't know if I ever officially saw it or not. I mean, I never saw the lances with the knight's armor on it. Sorry, I'm hearing music and I'm trying to figure out where it's coming from.
So you can go the other way, copyright.
No, it sounds like it's just the drumming group. They're going back.
Sorry, I'm just seeing some news. Have you heard any news about the Polynesian?
Nothing official.
Okay.
I know I have talked to people that have said yes, but it's nothing that Disney has put out.
Okay, so we won't even get into it, but obviously there's some rumors out there, so if you want to go search on Twitter, not now, after our broadcast,
yeah,
feel free. Thank you for subscribing, and thank you for the reminder that if you're watching this stream and you're not a subscriber, A, how did you find out about it? But B, please subscribe to us on whatever platform you're watching, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Make sure you ring the bell so you know when we go live, because we go live a lot.
This is the part where we get the copyright ding. This BGM is always one of the challenging ones.
Where is Donald's Dino Bash?
It's on the boats.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
So, not to bring everything back to the trivia competition D23 had just a few days ago.
Did we forget to mention that Jeremiah finished second in that competition? How could we?
Well, I wasn't even going to say that. I was going to say that one of the questions that they asked was, what land in Disney's Animal Kingdom does REM provide a song on the background music loop? And they're listening like Pandora, Africa. I was like, really? That's one of those ones that if you missed, I'm not sure trivia is your thing.
Me?
It was Dinoland USA. No, I'm not saying you. I'm saying in general.
Okay, trivia is my thing. Laughing Place started basically as a weekly trivia contest.
I did not know that.
Back when we first started our Disneyland only version, and even before that, when I just had Doobie's Disneyland homepage, what it was essentially my rantings on things of no significance and a trivia contest.
So you were ranting about virtual boarding times back then?
I remember I had a huge rant on the fact that they extended the electrical parade.
Oh, we have never had that discussion. I took the day off for the original end date of it and was there. And after that date, like I was very, I don't want to say hard-headed, I think I was more stupid. But I did not go back to the park to see the electric parade after that, to purposely see it. Look, dinosaur.
Have you heard about Polynesian and Moana? Yeah, no? I guess this is in the Sentinel now, so we can talk about this.
Okay.
First, let me get it on our people's radar with priority.
This was also one of the trivia questions of what's the name of this bones?
That's Sue.
Dino Sue, yes.
Everyone knows that. Come on. Well, so apparently the Polynesian, this is according to the Orlando Sentinel, which says they've talked to a Disney spokesperson. Disney is refurbishing the Polynesian and giving it a Moana theme. As a result, they've pushed back the reopening to the summer of 2021. So it's one of the ones that has not reopened since everything started. So it will include a move to a Pacific Ocean-inspired color palette, as well as details, patterns, and textures from Disney's Moana. The Vacation Club units will remain open. So I guess they have reopened, Jeremiah. The DVC parts did reopen of Polynesian?
Yes.
Okay. So
those were first day.
So they're going to remain open, although another website, All Ears, is reporting. I don't see it in this article. Let me do a quick search. I don't see it in this article, but All Ears is reporting that the monorail line is going to stopping there during this. But, we'll have actual details on that later. But the confirmation, at least according to the Sentinel, is that it is going to be rethemed to Moana, and it is going to stay closed until summer of next year, which I think is some pretty big news, actually. Both of those individually are pretty big news.
It is. The staying closed till summer of next year is huge, especially because there seems to be a very popular bar. Well, there's a couple of popular bars there, but
it all goes back to alcohol for Jeremiah.
It does. You know me. Just 12 steps is all I need.
Oh, okay. Stop joking. Jeremiah doesn't even drink.
No, but I can tell you, as a family member of a recovering alcoholic for most of my life, the only reason I joke is because 12 steps are very important if you have any difficulties. Sorry, that got very deep.
This got real serious real quick. Wow.
Shall I introduce Jim Hill and make him cry now?
I'm supposed to be crying over Muppet fountains, not over real life. But, all right. Go on.
I'm not overly crazy about the Moana redo.
Neither is this guy. Interesting. I gotta admit, I'm not. Well, there's a difference between a redo and in a sense, they've brought some characters into rooms and stuff in some of the existing hotels. I mean, if it essentially becomes Disney's Moana Resort, that would hurt, because that's just not what Disney does at their hotels, especially their deluxe hotels. But if they're just giving it that sense with the colors and some water and maybe some BGM and some themed rooms, that could be nice.
No, they could definitely do some great stuff. And yeah, it does. I don't know why we worry. I can't think of the last time when we worried about something and at the end it was like, oh wow, that was a horrible decision. Because WDI and Disney's track record right now seems to be pretty spot on for the past few years.
Are you being sarcastic? You're spending
I
a
am
long
not.
time lingering on that thing.
I was trying to find the hidden Mickey on here.
Oh, okay.
Plus, we were talking, and I was trying to get over my childhood trauma.
I think Tony might disagree with you.
Oh yeah, I thought that I was waiting for a comment from Tony.
Yeah, sadly, I don't think he's here today. We need to that
Wake
is
him
bad.
up. Okay, we're going to try to go into the store. Let's see how far we can make it. This is one of my favorite stores, just
So
from pure craziness.
I appreciate that comment from Gideon. If you're listening to us and you have an opinion on the concept of bringing Moana into the Polynesian resort, would love to see your comments on here. We'll put them on the screen. Maybe say a word about them because it is some interesting breaking news while we're here on Disney Park. Walk Talk. This is a fun store. I completely agree. The decor in here is just whimsical and fun.
So, Doobie, answer me this. What comic company does Disney own?
Marvel.
That has been in here since day one.
That's funny.
That is one of my all-time favorite little things because, as everybody knows, I'm totally a DC boy, and that is a favorite. Have you ever seen this picture of Chester and Hester?
Not that I recall. Oh wow! Do you know who they actually are?
Those two people, I don't remember who they actually are, but
That's actually Walt. That's Walt and Lillian Disney.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Yes. Walt's on the right, Lillian's on the left.
That's a joke.
No, I believe that was a cover of Time magazine at one point. There are actually two pictures of Chester and Hester. There's this one, and then the other one is inside the Restaurantosaurus.
And is it the same couple in both?
No, the one inside Restaurantosaurus is a younger couple, where that one is definitely not. We need to talk a lot to keep the copyright infringement off of this right now because this song is definitely one that would kick us off. So how else is going on?
Are Chester and Hester, are they a couple or are they siblings?
They are a couple. They are the couple that designed. They had this roadside area, and then when the whatever the school is sent the students down to dig up the bones. While they were doing that, Chester and Hester decided, hey, let's make some money off this. So let's open up this cheesy carnival area. And that is actually the backstory of this area, not just, wow, Disney went cheap and did nothing.
So, well, from being around in the early days of DCA, there is a lot of arguing to be done over whether Paradise Pier is themed to an amusement park or is just an unthemed theme park. But I was going to ask. I was just wondering, Chester and Hester, do you think they specifically got together because their names rhymed, or that was just a happy coincidence?
I think they probably ended up getting together just because their names rhymed. They were doing the Dino Tender, and they saw it was Hester and Chester, and they're just like, "Oh, we got a match."
Meant to be. So it's interesting. It's one thing to bring. They brought IP into certain rides and then to World Showcase, which some people think crossed the line. But if they're now starting, and I can't think of another example, starting to bring IP into the hotels too, do you think that's another line that shouldn't be crossed, Jeremiah, or are you cool with this?
It really depends on how far they go. I mean, if it becomes, Disney's Moana Polynesian Hotel, I'm not cool with it. If, you think about the shops had Mickey statues and they kind of did a Lilo and Stitch theme a little bit in there, but then they reverted back to the original Polynesian Village. So I don't know what it can end up. The one thing I do hope that they do is they go in and change out the Luau show. Like that show needs to be changed, and putting Moana in that would be a perfect fit.
I completely agree with that. Completely agree with that. And that show is not exactly 5-star anyway. So
No. If you've never seen it, we do have a video up on our YouTube channel of the show that from last year, and it has some good parts, but then it also has a really cheesy like 80s storyline where
right.
the girl takes off her hat and she becomes beautiful.
Okay, so here's an interesting request.
Uh-oh.
Kind of big. It's a very personal one, but if you have time, we can make our people happy. So Dental Dog Treats, Team Treats, the Lion King cat treats. So when you're in a shop, just see if you see them, because apparently these people's treats are in Disney Park. So congratulations to them. That is not an easy thing to do.
Hey, congratulations. I'm trying
So
to
wait,
think of
my
what shop
son's.
they moved.
Yeah. So Alice in Wonderland had some decor in Grand Floridian. Bambi within the Grand Californian Open. I can't remember the Bambi. Maybe Sunny Saga can
On
remind us what that was.
the shower curtains.
Oh, okay. Yeah, for sure. There's plenty of that, and we don't know what this Moana thing's going to be. So I'm thinking worst case, which is welcome to the new Disney's Moana Resort, and that would probably cross the line for a lot of people. But adding touches, not a big deal. I mean, we'll see what happens. I'm sure some concept art will be coming out soon, and that'll give us a better idea of what they have in what they have planned.
And I've stayed in the Pirates rooms at Caribbean Beach, and I've stayed. I hate to say this to you, Doobie, because I know I'm just going to get Tony mocked for a while. I stayed at the Princess rooms at Port Orleans. I think Riverside had those.
I love those rooms.
Yeah. So the room retheming is great. I have no problem with any of that. It is like if we walk in and the statue of Maui in the lobby is turned into, Maui from Moana, then I'd have a problem with it.
So hopefully we'll get some more details as the day goes on, because at 4 p.m. we are going to be doing our Disney Parks Talk. What is that one called? Our weekly Park Talk. Yeah, Disney Parks Talk. Oh, that's what this intro was for. I played the wrong intro. Never mind. Ignore that. Our Disney Park Talk Live, where we talk about the weekend, the weekly news in the Disney parks. I am a horrible speaker today. And first of all, I will improve my speaking between now and then. But now we really have something to talk about. So 4 p.m. Pacific time, make sure you tune in for that. And we'll be talking about the week in Disney Park news, which now includes Moana coming to the Polynesian.
Well, we have that. We have the food and wine merchandise. I know there was something else.
And Tony's here now.
Okay.
So if you mock him now, he'll hear it. Are we waiting for...
there we go.
There it is.
Okay, that's impressive.
Can we wait for one more? Yeah. I remember when this ride was opening, so they were just running empty cars and standing here for a long time just to get a video clip of that to put up on Laughing Place. Memories.
I'm just impressed on how quickly Ward Gimble moves for a Gimble of his age.
All right, make sure we're both quiet when the next one comes. It's great to hear the screams. Those fake waterfalls look really real.
I didn't know where to go with that.
You just call me an idiot.
No, I would never call you an idiot.
It's okay.
I'd call you Al, but I wouldn't call you an idiot.
Great. I feel like my suggestion to wait for another train was a good one.
It's okay. I get to sit. There's a little bit of a breeze here. I'm fine with it. While we were walking through the Rivers of Light area, we had a quick sprinkle, which was very nice, and then it just stopped. Okay, there's got to be one coming soon.
And yes, the Mary Poppins Penguins and the Grand Floridian. Yeah, you're right. There's plenty of IP in the resorts. And so if they're just doing that with Moana and Polynesian, beautiful. Completely concur with that.
It's
And
so
even
nice.
if they do a full overlay, I may concur with that, depending on how it turns out. I'm an open-minded theme park fan.
I've not seen a train go up in a little while, so we were going to.
All right, so you broke the ride. Way to go, Jeremiah.
I did.
Simple question for you to answer here. Are masks still required?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Masks are going to be required until who knows?
Until they're not, and we can leave it at that because we don't know anymore.
And to answer what could be the next question, I've gotten very used to walking through the parks wearing a mask. It is not a challenge. You know, I always suggest before you come to the parks, try out different types of masks. Your mask has to be double ply, has to go over the ears, can't be a neck gaiter or just a bandana. But I've tried quite a few different masks, and I have a large mask collection at this point. But you know, if you try before you plan your vacation out here, make sure you try and do a good walk around your neighborhood for a few hours and see how it feels after the end of that.
I'm curious, since I know you have a lot of the masks that Disney sells on property. Are those pretty good? Do you find them to be comfortable and workable for the day?
I find them workable for half a day. Because they're form fitting, so when you start to breathe on them, I don't know how I'm trying to describe this, but they suck into your mouth and your nose when you breathe because they're that tight. But I have my first mask, which was purchased. Oh, there goes Mickey. The first mask that I purchased was at Kennedy Space Center, and it says NASA on it, but it is not just pure cloth. So it doesn't fit tightly around my mouth. So it gives me more freedom. It fits tightly around my nose and my chin area, but it doesn't, I don't want to say suck in, but it doesn't.
No, I think all of us have worn enough masks these days to know that sometimes you're wearing a mask and as you breathe, it goes in and out, and that's not the most comfortable thing in the world. So if you can get some spacing there, that can make a big difference.
So this hotel and Disney's Polynesian Hotel next season. Do you know those bricks were actually imported from India?
I did not know that. Thank you. That is some insight.
I remember when this area first opened and how much wider this used to be. So it seemed like there's more construction. But
go ahead, sir.
I'm guessing that this is not long for this world.
This is a genuine question, not stupid like normal. But why imported from India? What is different about an Indian brick as opposed to just a brick you could get down at Home Depot?
They have that Indian mold, and I know the clay is a different color, and it's, you have to remember, this is Joe Rohde's baby, so everything has to be authentic.
Yeah.
From the bricks to the heat.
And if you want some insights into Joe Rohde's philosophies and effort he goes to in creating theme park, what can people watch?
The Disney Parks has, and I can't think of the title of it off the top of my head.
That's why I passed it on to you.
Oh, thanks.
And I know my wife is watching. Hopefully she can help me. She's very good at coming up
But
with stuff
they're
like that.
part 4 of Joe Rohde's story of his thoughts and how he approaches construction design of theme parks, resorts, rides.
It's got one of those clever names to play off his name, but I
It
can't remember what
does.
it is. Oh, there we go. Of course, I hate to put it up since Tony said it, but the roadies or the roads, not sure what's supposed to be less traveled. Here, let's do it from here. Thank you, honey.
Did you just call Sunny
Re-
Sega honey?
I did. I'm sorry. The cat's out of the bag. That's my wife.
So we're not going to go to the Maharaja Jungle Trek. I think we found that out last time, that it doesn't last that long into the jungle treks.
Are we passing the fountain now?
That's where I'm headed. Still
Okay.
off.
Still off. Bummer. That is one of the coolest features. Wall of water. But I want to see Callie running. I want to see the barges.
Oh. We'll head over to Cali in one moment, but we got to look at our relatives over here.
What are they called?
Primates. Mammals.
Thank you, Jeremiah, for that specificity.
I didn't know how deep you wanted to go.
Don't they have a name?
They do.
Howler monkeys or something?
I don't think those are howler monkeys.
Oh, well. But they can be heard like 14 miles away, right?
Yes, just like the bat signal. I don't know where that came from.
I'm sure Tony's going to tell us what they're called because that's what he does. Tony, we've got a big article to be written on the Polynesian. Go ahead and do that. Man, I'm just kidding. Tony knows he's one of my favorite people in all of Central Florida.
Hey.
All right, so we did post that it's reopening, that the scheduled reopening has been delayed. Okay, so we did post it. Just I didn't realize it because of how we posted it.
But did we post the retheming?
We did as a small piece of it, not as the lead for it.
I think that would have been a good lead for it.
Thank you. They are the Siamang Gibbons, we believe.
You know, at some point I really need to come and ride Cali River Rapids again. It's just, I mean, Dewey, I'm sure you have the same feeling. There's nothing worse than wet socks and wet shoes when you have to walk around the park all day.
I hate, that is miserable. One time I got to work with wet socks, and I remember I took the bus, but I still walked over to the nearest Save-On or whatever so I could buy some fresh ones.
Yeah.
Wet socks, and now I keep some extra socks at work just in case.
I have extra socks in my car for that reason alone. Well, that, and I also seem to be a pack rat in my car, as many people would tell you, I'm sure. Okay. So now we are leaving Asia to head into the dark continent of
Wait, did we
Africa.
go see Cali?
Yes.
Did I miss it?
Yes. I actually sat there and focused on it for a little while.
Oh my god! Sorry, I'm like trying to look at this Polynesian thing.
Hey, what are these monkeys called?
Okay, I saw this part. Sorry, everyone.
There you go, Doobie. This is actually a pretty view.
Yeah, I haven't seen a wallpaper yet today. You've given me some more, but I still have the imagination building with the waterfall. There's something just very clean about that. I don't want to switch it out.
That is fine. Tomorrow, I believe, I will be walking Epcot for a live stream. Yes. Because tomorrow is the release of the food and wine merchandise
Cool.
at Epcot. Well, at least we believe it is. At the event that was held last week, there seemed to be some unsureness of if it will be out on the 1st or if it's out later in the month. But everything that everybody I talked to said it was available on the 1st.
Well, then I'm sure your sources are impeccable. I like that shirt. Very colorful.
The elephant? Or the
No, the lady in front of us.
The Partridge Family type
design? Yeah, totally. I like that. I'm not saying to follow her. I'm just saying I like it. Don't be creepy.
She isn't a duck.
Ducks we can follow. Do you prefer the jungle-like atmosphere of an Animal Kingdom or the clean, antiseptic atmosphere of an Epcot Future World?
Ooh, that's a really good question. Oh, hang on. I need to place my mobile order at Flame Tree Barbecue, which is nowhere near me. So I'll answer you the question in 1 second. But every time I take the monorail from the TTC to Magic Kingdom, whenever I pass Bay Lake Tower, I get a notification that I should order from Everything Pop, the restaurant in Pop Century. I don't know why.
I love Everything Pop. Back when we lived there, that was one of our regular places just to go for a quick bite on property. And we always found it really funny that, you know how, at least back in the day, when you'd go to a Disney hotel, you'd have to say, what are you here for? And sometimes they'd ask for your license or whatever. And if we went to the Grand Floridian, we're here to get something to eat. Okay, no problem, go ahead. If we went to Pop Century, we're here to get something to eat. All right, can I see an ID, please? And the fact that their security was tighter than Grand Floridian cracked us up. I think it's all different now.
Which one of these shall we call Gideon?
We don't remember, so let's go with that one back there.
When it comes to just like Disney storytelling, Animal Kingdom is by far the strongest of all the parks.
Quick question.
No, they are not allowing park hopping yet. You still need to do park pass reservations. They did, I want to say it was 2 weeks ago, opened up a lot of reservations for the parks. I think they kind of evened out what they were seeing between annual pass holders, day guests, and hotel guests. So you can still only do one park a day, especially with the shortened hours. There's not a lot of jumping. There we go.
1 second.
So starting next week, I think it was September 8th, the park hours all shorten. I believe Epcot closes at 8 or 7. Anyway, they all shorten a little bit, so that'll also put the strain on even thinking about park hopping. And unless you're doing the Skyliner, which I know Doobie would do all day long and not go to the parks, it's difficult to get from one to the other.
I will do the Skyliner all day long, I'm hoping, when I go there. So I need to make a quick clarification. On the Orlando Center article, they mentioned that they will be doing refurbishments to the Great Ceremonial House as well as guest rooms. But as far as the Moana, they're only mentioning guest rooms. They don't tie that in, at least in this article, to the Great Ceremonial House.
So there we have our answer.
So So, sorry, I'm just reading this carefully. I don't want to have incorrect information. I'm not good at doing two things at once. I'm barely good at doing one thing at once.
You should
So.
try walking and talking.
I hope to on my next trip. I want to do a walk and talk.
That'll be fun with all of us.
No, you have to be in the studio.
Hey, just show me how.
We have to switch directions, switch places for a time. All right, you back have my full attention again.
Please, you know that my walking and talking ability is up there. Oh, we got a boat coming. It's just Timon.
Just Timon.
I know. There is no just Timon.
Pointing at you.
I'm seriously the only person around right now. Like, I ran down to one of the areas that is mostly used for Disney's PhotoPass for the backdrop of the Tree of Life. And, you know, there's the PhotoPass person is the only person that's around over here.
Yeah, the park seems pretty quiet.
Yes, very much so.
Oh, okay. You can answer my question now. I'm sorry.
Oh, I think I would prefer the jungleness of Disney's Animal Kingdom to the sterileness. That doesn't sound right. Of Epcot when it comes to like just an overall experience in the parks. Don't get me wrong. If I had to choose what my favorite park is between the two, Epcot wins, even when it is more construction walls than anything else. What about you, Doobie?
I'm going to disagree with you there as I pour some water and forget that I'm on audio here. I love the cleanness of Epcot's Future World with just nice, clean water and lack of trees. I miss the shade, obviously, but the lack of trees. And I don't know, there's something very futuristic and comforting about it. Whereas when I'm in Animal Kingdom with all the trees and the accompanying bugs and nothing is smooth, it's not for me.
Oh, don't worry. There are trees. When you get there, you'll notice it. And wait till you see this. They built a whole new fountain area out there.
So what are we looking at here? New pins?
No, none of this one is new. This set is new. The Melody Time is Teacher's Day, which I don't know what day that actually is. But then the National Unicorn Day is April 9th.
I love the sing-along song, Ow. I mean, I know that's not why they made it, but
Professor Owl, yeah.
Yeah. Reminds me of the sing-along songs, which are so much fun.
That was I almost bought that just because of that reason, and then I saw it was National Teacher Day. And not that I have anything against teachers. Without teachers, we wouldn't be where we are today.
Oh, there's Jeremiah.
Yep, I gotta promote my friends.
Apparently, National Teacher Day is May 4th.
Okay, so we have April and May. We're waiting for the June and July pins to be released.
I know. Did they do one for National Dog Day last week?
There was a large, I think it was today, they put out a bunch of Pluto merchandise on shopdisney.com.
You know, that owl was originally from the short To Whistle Plunk and Boom.
Yes. You know what?
One Tony Betty.
Wasn't that also part of the... if you could see me, my eyes just glazed over and it's like, no.
let's see. My wife prefers Animal Kingdom, a less constructed feel. So this is why we get together. She is my yin to yang, or however that goes, mustard to my ketchup. And Benji asked a great question. When is National Theme Park Blogger Day?
He actually asked when National Theme Park Blogger DAT is.
Or National Junior Disney's Animal Kingdom Correspondent Day.
Wow, he said that before I even made fun of his thing, so he must have already been on me. I'm surprised there isn't one.
I keep forgetting Tony is an animator. He just doesn't strike me as such. I look at him and he looks like a construction worker or something.
He looks to me like he works in an office controlling, like, high voltage fences to keep things in and out.
That is a very, very specific thing for him to look like.
Oh, well, if you post the picture, I'd have it. By the way, these that are not out.
Oh,
until...
now I'm with you. Okay, I'm so slow. In case you haven't met Tony, don't wait for me because, you know.
So these are the tire pumpkin straws that were originally from Disney California Adventure Cars Land from 2 Halloweens ago. Okay, so the rain is done because they're uncovering everything.
Good. I saw them doing it. I thought they were covering it, but they're uncovering it. Even
Right.
better.
Which usually means that by the time they get everything uncovered, it starts raining again.
Tony that keeps popping up in our chat that we keep talking about is this is him right here. You may recognize him actually from his last movie. So that is not his actual self, but that looks remarkably like him and acts remarkably like him. He looks like a scientist.
So when this tree blooms and has the large sausage-looking fruits, I believe they are, those are actual, real, they're not Disney-made, as you can see by this one that's starting to grow.
There is an Animal Kingdom story that I'm sure you know that I keep forgetting, and it has something to do with Coke bottles or something hanging in trees.
There's a Coke bottle story. It's something that was over here, and since I heard the story originally, I think I saw it was told in one of the tours they used to do here. But you know, there's a long history of Africa and Coca-Cola. And I don't know where it is, but somewhere around here, there was a Coca-Cola bottle that was placed to fit into the story of Harambe, Africa. But I no longer see where it even was.
Okay, well, thank you.
Another Joe Rohde question.
And Dawa Bar, has it been open?
Not as of yet. This is something that I recently heard from a furloughed cast member that they are calling back the bartending cast members to this park. So the bar here, the bar over by Expedition Everest, which looked like it was open earlier, but I don't believe it was, could maybe be opening soon.
Wonderful. It's a nice outdoor bar. Good atmosphere.
Okay, back to the river talk we were having earlier. You know, I understand turning off the dragon breathing fire and all the other stuff, but really, if there was one thing that could still be left on, why not those geysers?
Yeah,
Like
I can agree.
that would be a great thing to have. Also, I love this spot. Like this view is just beautiful.
Can I tell you everything wrong with this view? There's
The lights?
There's icky stuff in the dirty water.
Okay.
The wording is kind of fading. The walls look incomplete, and it just gives me a very uneasy feeling, like it just really needs to be cleaned.
What about the boat almost sinking over there?
If my screen were bigger, I'd be able to comment on that too.
I will head over to that side so you can see it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely a me problem, but I get a little uneasy when I see stuff like that.
Ooh, what's playing at the Harambe Theater?
Couldn't tell you, but it looks interesting. The picture's nice.
A good learning lesson.
I like that. Is that don't take them or don't use them as musical instruments?
I think it's a little bit of both. Oh, okay. So I'm walking near the planter, which is actually behind an ice cream cart that is completely closed up. So this is technically a non-guest facing area. If it was open,
wow, ruin the magic.
yes. The front side isn't much better because it has $6 Mickey premium bars, but
here, go back to that picture real quick. If you can do it quickly, rank them top to bottom.
Premium ice cream sandwich, premium bar, banana, Olaf, strawberry fruit bar, frozen lemonade cup.
Not bad at all. Okay, thank you. Sandwich, premium ice cream bar, Olaf, frozen lemonade, strawberry, and then banana, just because the banana is so hard to eat.
That's my biggest problem. Like, I can remember having pictures taken of me in the early days of cell phones when I would get the ice cream sandwich that I looked like a 6-year-old boy just covered in it.
There's nothing cuter than a premium ice cream bar being eaten by a kid all over their mouth. It's so adorable.
It is, except when it's by an adult.
There is nothing sadder than a premium ice cream bar being eaten by an adult.
There you go, Doobie. It adds to your, I don't want to say anxiety,
now I can see the boat itself. Can you imagine sitting on that thing? No.
That's something that I'm guessing we won't see this boat in the next year or so. Hopefully they'll just refurbish it. But look at that beautiful shot.
I'm sure a lot of people are finding beauty in that shot. Absolutely. But thanks to the magic of Google Photos wonderful image search, all I had to do was type in Gideon and ice cream and now wait for it to upload, which I thought would not take so long, or I wouldn't have started when I did.
It's okay. I'm in the shade, so I'll wait.
No, don't wait. Show people something interesting. Cover my mistake. So is this the walkway to Pandora? Is my geography good?
It is. But hey, we got some friends floating along.
Who's on that one?
It is Dino Chippendale and Goofy in his, I don't know what type of costume to call it.
So they have 3 on this one and they only had 1 on the other one?
I know. It looked like Mickey was by himself.
Okay. Can finally pay this off. Nothing cuter than a child with a premium ice cream bar all over his face. Oops. I'm in agreement. The Friends flotillas are great, and I do hope those continue well beyond the COVID adjustments. They're a lot of fun, especially in animal in Epcot when they're just frolicking on the grass. I love that.
I still have only seen Joy on the grass. I really want to see Winnie the Pooh trying to catch
Yeah,
his butterfly friend.
that's so cute. Oh, there's a nice white building. I like that one. Looks new.
Yeah, when they were building it, I just didn't see how it was going to fit back here because this was just trees at one point. But it does look really nice, and it fits in pretty well with the restrooms across the way. I mean, the only difference is the discoloration of this one to the more white of that one. But I'm guessing because I think that's supposed to be like a house or a lodge, they would have taken care of it more than the shops across the way.
A lot of closed ODV.
Well, it's starting next week. I think we're going to see a lot more closed stuff.
So we are now going through the tunnel that takes us to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, right?
Yes. If you listen closely, you can hear the 20th Century fanfare. This would have been a great... I never thought about being right here when the boat floats by.
Why? Because you're in the shade?
No, because this waterway is probably just barely wide enough for that boat.
That's a great idea. Can you get that video later?
I will try. Yes,
So
that
happy
was a very defeated Jeremiah.
I'm very happy to put you to work.
So that's the rock work where the dragon would breathe fire out of, and there were the lances with the knight's armor outside when the park first opened.
Interesting. That's when this was Beastly Kingdom, right?
Yes.
Man, people are loving these views. Got a beautiful scene here. I love the boardwalk. I also enjoy these views. I feel like I am on an island on this one. I'm feeling like Tony, actually.
You may want to seek help.
Is there a lack of BGM in general, or is this just my imagination?
This area, there wasn't any because this walkway was built distinctly for just a pathway into Pandora. But don't worry, as we walk in, you start to hear those sounds.
I was just about to say, I don't recall hearing the mask reminder, and just heard it.
But it does seem like that's been a while since I heard it.
Yeah.
I know the norm is 20 minutes, I think we timed it out. At one point, it was 10 minutes, so let's see.
The contractions are getting further away. The baby is staying in. That was not needed. That was uncalled for, unnecessary.
Do you want to talk about a meeting, anything now, do we?
Somewhere my wife is going, why do we let him go on the air live?
Is that me or you?
Probably
Look,
both.
it's the Valley of Moara.
That was a trivia question. By the way, for people who missed it, what place did you finish in the D23 trivia contest, Jeremiah? Second place. Very impressive. So if you wonder why Jeremiah does these, why his qualifications for having this important task for Laughing Place, there it is. Jeremiah is the first loser.
That actually made me feel somewhat better than just, I have a pass and I can come to the parks all the time.
That is your other qualification, the more important qualification.
Let's walk the pathway underneath the floating mountains gleaming. Uh, yeah, and so when they first, during the trivia competition, since I'm just walking through here, I will talk about this. I think it was the second round of questions. They paused and they're like, okay, and they started the count from 5 to 1, and they're like, number 2, Jeremiah Good, and then number 1, Sean Slater. And Sean is one of my good friends out here. He actually works in communications for the company, but since it wasn't a prize game and it was sponsored by D23, he could compete. And he and his wife are two of the nicest people I know. And they also competed in Minnie's Moonlit Madness and the Disney Store trivia competitions back in the day. So coming in behind them, I don't feel so bad.
Definitely not. No, he knows his stuff. I got to be honest, Jeremiah. I've known you for a long time, but I did not know you were such a trivia geek. So when I heard you finished in second, that was pretty surprising to me.
I think one of the things that Benji and I connected with the most early on in our friendship was the trivia and the nerdiness of stuff. In 2011, when D23, okay, I know you can't see this, but I'm gonna zoom up and hopefully with the flicker you may be able to see it.
Does that say 10?
That says 10.
And which ride is this?
That is Flight of Passage.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
And that is probably mostly just the walk-up.
That is insane.
So in 2011, when D23 did their Ultimate Disney Trivia Challenge at the 2011 Expo, I was very excited to compete in it and can remember almost each step of the way. Like the first step, in order to get into the building, you had to answer one kind of basic trivia question. And mine was, what attraction encircles Disney theme parks around the world, or Magic Kingdom type theme parks, or some type of castle park? And the person who was asking it was one of my friends, and I asked her to clarify, because the train only encircles a few of the actual parks, not all of them.
Yes.
But it was the railroad. And then we went in and we had 100 trivia questions. And so we do the trivia questions, and this is the day before the expo started. So we go and we do the trivia questions. We sit there. When we come back after a lunch break, they give us numbers. And I'm there with one of my friends, and I think he got like 53 or something. And they're looking at our names and assigning us numbers. So it's not just, oh, here's a random, however many, I think it was 1,000 people at that point. So they give me number 1. I'm like, okay. We do another round of trivia that's kind of a head-on-head, head-to-head, which is better. Trivia, where they call this up and we do it.
I'm picturing that. These two trivia rams, button heads, trying to see who can name the 7 dwarfs the fastest. All right, go ahead.
Oh, trust me, there were definitely times like that. But as we're sitting there and they're explaining everything, the person who wrote the trivia, who used to be a writer for Minnie's Moonlit Madness, which is a cast member trivia competition in Disneyland. And probably, if I had to say, out of every trivia or challenge like Minnie's does, he was known for writing the most difficult. So he gets up and he explains that, there are 100 questions, and some people did amazing, some people did okay. And he goes, and just so you know, the numbers that were given to you represent what place you came in answering those 100 trivia questions. And I'm sitting in the back of the room, and I felt every single person turn and look at me because I had a big number 1 on my shirt. And I just went, oh, okay. And then later
Wow.
in the day, I talked to him again, and he said he was actually surprised because he wrote trivia questions that he expected nobody to get, just for the reason to kind of knock down people. And
Yep.
he's like, yeah, you surprised all of us. And I was like, oh, okay.
We have
And
found
then
you.
the next day, they actually had us compete in one of the rooms, which was great, except in the room next to us was Dick Van Dyke and his a cappella group singing. So our attendance was very small compared to the line waiting outside for Dick Van Dyke. But he did wave to us as he drove past on a golf cart.
Ooh, was he actually driving?
No, he was in the back seat.
Okay.
And during that, they brought out, like, there were a couple of different rounds. It was a Trivial Pursuit type event. And one of the things that they did, they had people from the archives bring out different props. And one of the things they brought out was Big Al's guitar from the Country Bear Jamboree at Disneyland. And they're like, what attraction was this from? And I can just remember going, I just want to hold that right now.
Jeremiah's superpower is Disney trivia.
Surprisingly, it is.
Extremely impressive to almost no one, but for those few people, it's impressive.
And I accept that. Hey, we're going to go into Otter Grotto.
So here's something for you to think about. We're going to go. We're going to end this at Otter Grotto. We're hoping to see some animals in Animal Kingdom, but Sunny Saga wants to hear some of those questions during the LP Parks chat. So put on your memory cap and recall some of those for later.
Oh, I will try.
And no otters there. Let's try the otter location. Get it?
You know what I really wish? My phone, I just don't feel that it's very safe when I do this. I wish I had an otter box on it.
Jeez. No, not even on the scale.
Hey, this is sponsored by OtterBox, so I should get some points.
There's an echo in here. That's really cool.
See? OtterBox.
That's hilarious that the OtterBox powder sponsors this. You do plan to have some otters on this, right? Don't you?
But there are fishy. This is always one of my favorite types of things.
Yes. Agree.
Hope
Even
you
more
don't get
impressive
seasick.
when you can see otters. Are there no otters to be seen here?
There are no otters to be seen here.
Wow, OtterBox is not getting their money's worth. Okay, let's end it, Jeremiah.
Okay. So
Thank
join
you.
us later on.
Yeah, 4 o'clock. We've got a Disney Parks update. Jeremiah will be back. We have stuff to talk about now. And then at 7:30 tonight, and again, all these times are Pacific time, LP Movie Club. We're going to be talking about Phineas and Ferb's new movie. I believe it's Candace versus the Universe. Candace against the Universe. Okay.
Against the universe.
Candace against the Universe. And then Jeremiah will be live tomorrow from Epcot at 1 p.m. Pacific time. So lots of live stuff going on at Laughing Place as always. Please make sure you subscribe to our channel, ring the bell on YouTube, and you'll always be notified when we go live and won't miss any of the fun. Jeremiah, wave goodbye to the people.
Goodbye, people.